Hi everyone and welcome to Flicks Talk. I'm Nia. Let's talk about a guy that nobody knows. Nobody's seen his stuff. He's just an unknown person. Alfred Hitchcock. No, he's quite well known, and he's known as the master of suspense. He once said this: always make the audience suffer as much as possible. It's one of his quotes. Anyway, you want to know some facts? Some fun facts. His fears: he was afraid of two things. He was afraid of the police. He was afraid of eggs. I don't know what kind of eggs, but eggs and the police he was afraid of. Police is fine, but when I read that he was afraid of eggs, what? Okay. Anyway, he has one daughter, Patricia Hitchcock, appeared in 3 of his films. In 1950, Stage Fright. In 51, Strangers on a Train. And of course, she was in Psycho. 1960. Out of the 100 most heart-pounding thrillers movies of AFI's, he directed 9 of them. I'm not going to list the 9 that he directed of those movies, but 9 of his out of the 100 were just Hitchcock's. Because I think I'll be, in another show, I'll be listing those anyway, so just keep watching. Most of his films, he made a cameo. He's in a lot of his films that he directed. You know, Rear Window, Psycho. He's in a lot of them. So, but, you know, his greatest box office success, the movie that he did that made the most money, was... Does anyone know? Just take a guess. Just take a quick guess. Which Alfred Hitchcock film of his, had the greatest box office success? Did you think of one? If you said Psycho, you're right. If you said anything else, you're wrong. Sorry. Now, the Hitchcock movie dealt with Psycho. You know, Anthony Hopkins played Hitchcock, and which he did a good job. And the movie was pretty much about Psycho, how he financed Psycho. He bought all the books of Psycho so no one could read them. So you know, he bought as many books out in the public as he could so no one could read the book to know the ending. I think Universal let him film there, which, you know, we really need to, that's one movie set that we really need to preserve, and it should be like a historic landmark to me. So, you know, the Back to the Future clock building burnt at the same studios at Universal. So let's not have that happen to the Psycho house in California. So let's try to preserve that Psycho house. I was able to see it. Took a little tram ride, you know, backlot tour. It was really great. That was like the biggest highlight. Was I got to see the Psycho house. And it's the real one, you know, the Alfred Hitchcock one, the 60s. Like, yeah, it's not the one from Florida. So I got really excited over that. Of the 69 movies he directed, I have only seen 8 of his films. I think I need to see more, don't you think? Actually, I wrote down a list of movies of his I am going to see. So there's like another 15 or 20 that I added. So don't worry. I'll watch his. But anyway, back to the Hitchcock movie. Vera Miles, who played Marion Crane's sister, she was under contract with Hitchcock, so he made her be in Psycho, and to fulfill her agreement or contract with him. Don't know if she really wanted to, but I think she's kind of glad that maybe she did. I mean, she did reprise her role for Psycho 2. I mean, if she didn't like the character, why would she reprise it 20 odd years later, right? So, anyway, but the movie Hitchcock, though, talked about that. It talked about his kind of womanizing, or he was a womanizer. But at the very end, though, tail in the film, last like seconds of the film, he did Psycho, and then he was getting ready for his next film, and it had a bird on the shoulder. I'm like, the birds. No, it's just a kind of clever film. I liked how they did it. So if you haven't seen Hitchcock, hey, watch it. If not, then if you don't want to see it, that's fine. I think I saw it in the theater. Yeah. Anyway, my cat's behind me. I just don't want to step on her. Let's see. From 1955 to 1961, Alfred Hitchcock had his own show, Alfred Hitchcock Presents. And out of all those years, he only directed 17 episodes. And then lasting like a year or two was the Alfred Hitchcock Hour. My cat. Anyway. The 50s, though, those were the peaks. That was Hitchcock's peak years. That's when he did most of his films. That's when he had the most success, except for 1960, Psycho. So, well, not only did he make movies and did television show, he also had magazines and books that came out. There was the Alfred Hitchcock Mystery Magazine. Pretty much started in 1955. It ran until, like, I don't know, the 80s, I think, or until his death or something. And then there was, some books and anthology books and stuff that he did. That was, well, not he did, but that was done, that had his name on it. So, and then there's this guy, Jack Ritchie, who wrote quite a bit of a lot of stories for the magazine. Pretty much from 1957 to 1980, he had stories in those magazines. So, just little short stories of crime and mystery suspense type stories. You can find them on eBay, used bookstores probably. So, not only can you watch Hitchcock, you can also read. So if you're a reader, Alfred Hitchcock mystery magazines, y'all. Or his books. See, there goes my cat. Sorry. She's like a kid. You gotta take things away. Chill! Sorry. Anyway, that's Alfred Hitchcock. But you know what? We lost his legend back in 1980. April 29th, 1980. We lost the dude. But hey, a lot of people looked up to him. A lot of filmmakers, directors, they pretty much looked up to him, for their careers. And they always said that he was, my motivator, my inspiration, my whatever, idol. So a lot of filmmakers out there today, the movies that you guys have seen, if it wasn't for Hitchcock, they may not be around today. They may not be as successful, maybe. They may be around, but not as successful, or they just may not be where they are today without Mr. Alfred Hitchcock. Or shall I say, Sir Alfred Hitchcock, because I think he was knighted by the Queen. Who is it? Anyway, I'm not. I should be Madame the Duke. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.